The answer is yes. Even I was it get sick sometimes. And of course, was it all this past winter, I did not feel sick. With it being, the usual, uh, was it cold and flu season. But it's like mid-spring now that I do not feel so great. And I just was out, over to the drugstore, the Rite Aid pharmacy in front of the post office, to take and purchase a small bottle of naproxen sodium, which of course is the generic name for the Aleve pain reliever brand. I buy the generic because the generic is cheaper. And so the next pill I have to take of this will be at about 2:30 tomorrow morning, 2:30 a.m. And I do have to go out today to take and be at one of the two bi-monthly board game and social nights for Asperger autism adults at the Asperger Autism Network headquarters in Watertown, Massachusetts. And the way I get down there, one way to get down there is go 93 south to 128 or 95 south to Route 2 east to Route 16. But that is the long way around to get there. The fastest way to get there is 93 south to Massachusetts Route 60 west, which takes you to will take you up the Alewife Brook Parkway. Somerville and Cambridge, Medford, Somerville, Cambridge, and it'll connect you back to the Route 2. The Route 2 and 16, and then you could take and go from there into Watertown Center. And of course, usually in Watertown Center, this is of course Massachusetts, which is the junction of Massachusetts Route 16 and Massachusetts Route 20. That is always a traffic nightmare because it's a 5-way intersection. Yes, that's right, it's a 5-way intersection. And also nearby, near that intersection is the Perkins, the world famous Perkins School for the Blind. And yes, they do take their students up through Watertown Center to learn how to navigate the world. and deal with there with being blind or with being deaf blind. And the Perkins School for the blind also has students who, besides being blind or deaf blind, some of them also have autism. And of course, that just makes things with it more difficult. But that the goal of the Perkins School for the Blind, not just to educate, but also to take and prepare, the disabled students who are blind or deaf blind, for being able to function in the world, which is important, and to try to be as independent as possible. Yes, I myself as I said, I was just out and to go over to the post office. I made out a check to pay for my next car payment, which is important, to keep my car on the road. I am waiting for my car liability insurance, bill to come in. And of course, I pay that, every month. And of course, because I have disabilities, my vehicle liability insurance is quite high. The insurance companies assume that all adults with disabilities are not capable drivers, and they're more prone to vehicular accidents, which is not true. Where we adults with disabilities come into problems with driving a motor vehicle is that non-disabled drivers, when they're on the road, they do not, and I repeat, they do not give courtesy to drivers who have clearly marked disability handicapped tags on their mirrors or handicapped license plates. And many of us have to take and keep avoiding all of these screwed up yo-yos on the road who just simply will just go ahead and cut people like me off when I'm trying to drive as safely as I can down the road to get from home to wherever I need to be out in the community. Well, anyways, let me just pop a cough drop, and I'll sign off on this video weblog entry.